All right. Welcome back. Look who's fucking making an appearance again.
Yes,
Look
I
at
rose from the dead, ladies and gentlemen.
the battle with COVID.
The battle of COVID. No, for real, man. COVID, man. No joke, guys. Mask up. We've been telling you that for how long? Mask up.
Well, I don't really, but I got the vax, so I'm all good.
Hey, good for you, man.
Maybe I'll get the booster.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I heard the vaccine's been giving women lumps on their breast on the side they be getting a shot on. Non-cancerous, though. Just saying. So.
Well, I ain't a woman. I ain't got breasts. So
Hey, guess what? Hey, probably some more stuff shit to do.
A lot has happened since the last
lot.
we've done a video together, and so usually we would discuss mainly just the Sunday games, but I got to take something into what happened after the last one I did. Same day I do another podcast, MLB goes into a lockout.
Oh yeah.
And
first time, like what?
let me explain to you how this lockout works. You have a bunch of greedy people on one side, which are the owners.
Yep.
And you have a bunch of greedy motherfuckers on the other side, which are the players.
Yep.
Okay. Now, for years, if you don't realize, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, golf, cricket, lacrosse, water polo, highlight, whatever the sport, it's not a sport now. It's a business. Do you think the MLB owners care that we're upset about a lockout?
They don't give.
Do you think they care?
They don't care, bro.
Because they don't
care.
care.
That's all they care.
Because they don't care. Okay? Do you think the players care? The players care, not about us, but about themselves, because now they can't play on a major league level.
Exactly.
To such a point that if you pass by any stadium, any likeness of an MLB player has been taken down off MLB websites, whatever it is. It's all been taken down. And it's a joke because you got people who think they know everything, and they're sitting out there going, oh, it's all the players' fault.
They are forcing a point.
Well, listen, it's 50-50 because it takes two to tango.
Exactly.
So obviously the owners are just as greedy as the players, right?
Greedier, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, in 19, there was little to no revenue till the ALCS, NLCS, because then they were played in neutral sites where they could have, because they could have X amount of fans.
Yeah.
Obviously, this past season, we had a full stadiums everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, so obviously revenue went up from last year.
I'm not saying they recouped it all, but it went up.
You know, if you look at your 19 revenue report, like you would in any business, to your following year, obviously it's going to be a dramatic improvement. Yeah. But the owners made the money back they lost this year, and then some, based on TV deals, based on, you know, revenue from beer commercials attached to their stadiums, this, that, and the third. Okay, bottom line is this: there's no need for a lockout. There is no need for it. Okay, but as a Yankee fan, I'm kind of glad that there is, because maybe this lockout will wake up Cashman to make the damn move.
I was gonna say something because that's been annoying the fruit out of me, man. I've been sitting waiting every day, sitting waiting for an email or a notification. Nothing. Mets go crazy.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Rangers go crazy.
Yeah.
Yankees sitting ducks.
Well, now that you figure, because you got Story off the board. Story's still on the board.
Yeah.
You got Seager off the board. Baez off the board.
Mm-hmm.
You got Starling Marte off the board. You got Scherzer off the board.
You got all the good pitchers.
You got a lot of the big names.
Except Carlos Correa is
off the board. Carlos Correa is now being linked to the Yankees, the Angels.
Yep.
This one. Do I want any part of Carlos Correa?
I do and I don't at the same time. But at this time right now, we need a shortstop, and I'll take him. Honestly, I would.
If you're going to tell me that Cashman's going out there, he's going to sign him just to appease us, don't fucking do it.
Yo, you always thinking about Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant plays third base.
Yeah.
That where you can move Gio to short.
Yeah.
It works.
I was thinking about that too.
I would be fine. Listen, I would be fine with that because
anything
and re-sign Rizzo, and then you have two former Cubs back together again with Gleyber, who was a Cub in the minor league system. He was the top prospect.
I didn't even think about that.
And
he's just sitting out there too.
And at the end of the day, you know, listen, and I ripped Cashman the other day, and I ripped Hal, and I had people messaging me, like, supposed knowledgeable sports fans. You know, well, the Yankees always fly under the radar. This is the year they need to fly
above the radar, yeah.
You need to surpass the radar, in my opinion. Why? Because look at what the Mets are doing. This is about to become a Met town. All of a sudden, everybody's going to be wearing putrid blue and orange and running around saying the Mets are the greatest thing since the invention of the friggin' TV. No. No. Realize this, and because my uncle made a good point, and I said it the other day, so I'll say it again. Mets fans sat there for years when they sat in in the jealous one still envy mode, okay, with Yankees bought championships. Well, Mets fans, I said it the other day, and I'll stand by it again. Welcome to the deep end of the pool, and welcome to the adult table at Christmas time. Because now you've gone from a little kid to a grown-ass man. Because you finally decided to, because the Mets finally have an owner, and congratulations, all well and good. Steve Cohen wants to, he wants to improve the franchise, something that friggin' Jeff and Fred Coupon couldn't do. Okay, they couldn't do it. Why? Because they were too locked up with Madoff, spending Met money, not their own money. Okay, they didn't spend their own money in any of those Ponzi schemes, which, did they or did they not know? I don't know, and I don't give a shit. But
yeah, they knew.
They didn't, but they lost Met money, and that's why they couldn't go out. Like, okay, yeah, you traded for, Cespedes. How did that work out for you?
Yeah, Giannis Cespedes, great.
Yeah. Okay, in 15 you got to the World Series, but you lost. So you had your moment in the sun, and the sun set on your ass. Okay?
When you make it to the big game, you gotta win it.
The Yankees have had teams built for years, and they're always a piece away from getting over the hump.
Always one.
This was the year you had to go and spend. And again, and I said it a few weeks ago, you can't be there as Cashman and Howe standing in front of 100 cameras and 100 mics in your face saying we're not afraid to spend in free agency when clearly you're afraid.
And I don't want to see this ace up your sleeve and pull out that. I want to see it.
It's almost like Cashman said, no, I can't go to the deep end of the pool. Mommy and Daddy won't let me. Or I need a swimmy vest. Or I need arm wingies. Or I have to be in a little circular raft. And meanwhile, Steve Cohen's over there lounging in his little, 3-foot water raft with the cup holders for his pina colada. And he's got a little portable ashtray with a nice little friggin' Cohiba there. And he's just like, fucking doing better than the Yankees right now. And then there's George from heaven staring down going,
he's getting pissed.
He's sitting there going like this. You gonna do something? You gonna, like Cashman, you gonna make a move?
You're gonna dig me up and grab my playbook? Dig me up?
Like, because in reality, you're not doing anything. You are not spending money you should be spending. And I'm not saying, hey, go crazy, sign every guy to a 10-year, $300 million contract.
But grab people all off the board, bro. Like something.
But like with Scherzer.
I wish we should have put an offer for
with
that,
Max Scherzer,
should've.
they could have legit came in under the... That's where you come in under the radar.
Yep.
As the surprise team that nobody figures is going to do it, like they did with Teixeira. Swoop in.
Underneath the Mets, take him out.
I think it was when Teixeira was going to go to Baltimore. He's the Baltimore kid. He's from the area. He's going to go home. Baltimore's going to sign him to this big deal. Yankees came in. Whoop. Sorry, Baltimore. Pulling up that magic carpet ride from right underneath you.
Yep.
Gone. Okay?
Teixeira, baby.
I'm just saying, it's... I said the other day that when George died, that mentality, a part of it, a huge chunk of it died with him.
Yeah.
And, for Mets fans to sit there and say, this is going to be our town. Yeah, listen, congratulations. You get your 15 minutes of fame and you'll get maybe 3 months of positive stories on the back page of the Post, the Daily News, the New York Times. But just remember what happens after the All-Star break. The Mets forget how to play after the All-Star break.
They got to go in there, top of their fucking division in the All-Star break. They have to go in there.
But between the AL East and the NL East, where obviously both New York teams sit in their respective divisions, in their respective conferences, whatever the hell you want to call it, okay? With the Yankees being in the AL East, the Mets being in the NL East. The Mets are doing what they need to do to compete in a heavily loaded NL East.
Yep.
Where the Yankees are just sitting there content to be the next Baltimore Orioles.
The next Baltimore Orioles.
Because now not only do you have to worry about Boston like we've had to for 15 plus years.
Tampa,
because Toronto was such a joke. Now Tampa was a joke. Now all of a sudden Tampa reigns supreme. Toronto is going out and getting decent pitching. The Texas Rangers are spending money, and they're another team like the Mariners. The Mariners have been out of baseball playoff relevancy for how long now, and they're going out getting Robbie Ray. Why didn't we go get Robbie Ray? And okay, granted, he had one good year, won the AL Cy Young. I get it, but this is a risk you have to take.
We have no pitching. Okay, we have nothing.
And years past, even James Paxton was out there, and I would have brought James Paxton back on the cheap, knowing his injury history, but. Who knows what James Paxton you would have got here? I would have brought him back 1 year, say $10 million deal. You know, you let Brett Gardner walk. You know, and I don't think Brett Gardner signs for anybody else.
No, I don't think
but
he
you
is.
should have went and got Starling Marte because you don't know what Aaron Hicks you're
I
getting.
was gonna say that.
It's
yeah.
all well and good that he's tearing it up in the Dominican League and winter ball right now. All well and good. But what Aaron Hicks are you getting if there is an opening day? What Aaron Hicks are you getting? And the Aaron Hicks you're getting, it's a 50-50 shot. Is he going to be Jacoby Ellsbury 2.0, where he's got the arm, the speed?
Oh, we don't have Tyler Wade no more.
You know, and the bat. And that's
pissed me off.
that's the one that annoyed me the most. When
I know, I can't believe it,
when
bro.
they DFA'd him, I was fine for them getting rid of Clint Frazier.
I don't know, and what's his name, Odor and all. I really didn't
Yeah.
care.
And obviously Odor goes to Baltimore because
Yep.
that was probably the only team willing to take him. And there should have been a lot of more teams that
Yeah.
you know that should have taken Odor, to be honest, because he's great off the bench. He's great as that temporary stopgap.
He's a decent fielder.
You know, that's why I would have took. I would have. You know what? I honestly would have kept him too.
We wouldn't be having this issue at shortstop if we kept Didi, bro. We wouldn't have.
Well, I said that the other day.
Oh.
Philly
Philly.
right now pretty much is saying they can't guarantee that Didi's going to be their starting shortstop.
So why can't we just go-
So before the lockout, Cashman should have already known it. How is it that I know this? How's it I know this?
I
Some
don't know,
schmuck that works at Parts Authority knows that Philly can't give Didi a guarantee
We should
that
bring it
he's
back.
starting that he's going to be the starting shortstop come opening day. Hey, Cashman, it's called the phone. I'm sure you still have Didi's number. You know, he made the Indians his bitch back in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Let's remember
he
that.
did.
Call him up and say, hey, Didi, you know, listen, Philly can't guarantee you that you're going to start this year.
I can guarantee it.
But I can damn near guarantee you this there, boss. Oh, really? What's that? You're going to be wearing number 18 again in pinstripes. How does that sound? Oh, and we'll take the contract Philly gave you. Done. Wow. I'm not even a GM, and I imagine, and I use my imagination and called him up on my thumb and pinky phone. Motherfucker. You know?
Oh man.
But the other huge thing that came out, I wish this didn't come out.
Well,
Because when stuff's said in private,
it's just saying private.
keep it private. So obviously, whoever was involved in this conversation that occurred the other day
Somebody up.
opened up their flapper and should have kept it shut. You know, like some of the girls from Teen Mom should have kept their flapper shut, but whatever.
I mean, they didn't. They wouldn't have a job
So
right now.
obviously, it was inevitable. We knew it was happening, but now we know it is happening.
Number 7's hanging up.
That at the end of the year, Ben Roethlisberger. That's right, you buddy. Greatest Steeler quarterback for the past 18 years is hanging it up, and it took me back a bit once I saw that it was actually happening, and then come the Twitter trolls, the Facebook trolls, the Instagram trolls, the Snapchat trolls, the WhatsApp trolls, the TikTok trolls, the fucking trolls you can still buy at the convenience
And the
store for
gnomes.
99 cents, the little angry guard gnomes, all coming out. Well, yeah, Ben's leaving because he's going to go sign with Detroit next year.
Who
Ben-
the fuck?
First off, let me explain. If Ben says this is going to be his last year in Pittsburgh, what makes you think he's going to take his 39-year-old beaten up body and
anywhere
sign
else.
with Detroit? Detroit? For a year? What is that going to do for Detroit?
Was that
That's
good
like
for
when
him?
Brett Favre went to the Jets.
Oh man.
Then went to Minnesota and then just became a quarterback whore. Any team that needed a quarterback, there was Brett Favre. As a matter of fact, hey, the Texans need a quarterback. I heard Favre's using just for men to look younger to go play for them next year. Okay. Ben is not signing anywhere else. And you idiots that sit there and say that Baker is better than Ben. At 39 years old, Ben has the least amount of interceptions over your beloved Baker Mayfield, and for you Ravens fans, over your beloved Lamar Jackson, okay? He has less interceptions than the GOAT, Tom Brady. He has more interceptions than Kermit the fucking Frog in Kansas City. He has less interceptions than pretty much everybody in the league. But he's a shitty quarterback and has been a shitty quarterback since 04.
Yeah.
Okay, learn the game, like my buddy Sal would say. Learn the game, read the stats, shut
That's
your
why
face.
Baker, man, he may not be the starting quarterback next year. I don't even know if they pick up his fifth-year option. If they do, he better prove something
Well-
next year because he's not
well-
the dick this year. He
Well,
was
like
no
yesterday,
Southpaw.
you know what? Obviously, we had the discussion during the college football games yesterday. You know, because this year, listen. Everybody says this every draft year. It's going to be an interesting draft. What is this team?
Every
What is this
fucking
team do?
draft's interesting.
And I pretty much, you know, and you could agree when I said this. We pretty much have to wait till the NFL season ends.
Find out what everyone
When the
is.
college season ends, see who's coming out. Obviously, we know guys like Kenny Pickett's coming out, and every Steeler fan wants him. So I finally got to watch a full Pitt game, and let me tell you something. I heard late last night. I woke up in the middle of the night,
You can fire that.
and they were talking about how the NCAA the rules committee may look to say you can't fake a slide anymore, because
Dude, no.
because that
Was
was some slick shit that
And that
Pickett
takes
pulled,
practice.
and that's what
That takes practice.
kind of started the game off.
Because dude, shit like that could tear your ACL and MCL. Did you see the way he was doing it? Like
Yeah.
you could completely twist your knee doing that. But
Now-
I'm like, what?
Now, obviously, when the news of Ben walking away at the end of the year, everybody said, "Here we go," you know, Mason.
No.
Mason's not the answer. He's not the question. He ain't even part of the equation. Okay? All right? He's like that little, like, extra number, you know, like when you have the remainder. Yeah. He's the remainder. Okay? Because he's not the answer. He's not the solution. He's not the question. He's not even any of the symbols in mathematics. Okay? He doesn't add nor subtract. He doesn't multiply or divide. He doesn't equal shit. Well, he equals shit, but he does not equal being a starting quarterback in this league. Does he have the tools? Yeah. Will he ever be prepared? No. And that falls on two people. It falls on Mason himself, and it falls on the Steelers organization too.
He should. Yeah, he should have been. He should be ready.
Because we drafted Mason 3 years ago. 4
Why is
years
he
ago
not
now,
ready
right?
then? He should not be.
Mason Rudolph should be ready as of last season to take the reins. Because he sure as hell wasn't ready in 19. And you could, and again, people, well, you know, he kept us afloat. Their
Defense kept you guys afloat.
TJ kept us afloat. This guy kept us afloat. No.
It was just him throwing it to Washington every time, basically.
And that's the only person he feels comfortable with because
And that's the
they
problem.
were in Oklahoma
and
together.
that's the problem.
Now, you know, we were discussing, do they go and maybe trade their first round pick this year or a second round pick and go and get a quarterback or establish in the league? Do you
Yeah.
wait and see what Detroit does? Because obviously Detroit's have the number one pick. Do they go and get one of the top quarterbacks coming out?
I think they might go receiver. I think they give Goff the chance.
Because if the Lions decide, hey, this ain't working with Goff, we made a mistake and we let Stafford go,
he's still young though. You got to.
that if we can't get Aaron Rodgers, and again, if we get Aaron Rodgers, it's just a temporary Band-Aid. And you're
what I'm
just going to
saying.
be in the same predicament now that you were with Ben. So do you want more of the same? No, but would I love to have Aaron Rodgers in black and gold?
Yeah.
Fucking damn right I
That's a
do.
fucking Super Bowl right there.
But will it happen?
Probably not.
No, and there's a lot of factors. Not because Aaron Rodgers wouldn't want to come here. It really just comes
It's
down to the
about
money of it.
Yep.
It's a matter of signing him and having money to re-sign Juju and to extend Claypool, which Claypool needs to mature a lot because I think Cam Hayward was about to freaking put him through the wall with this whole we need music at practice shit. Cam Hayward even came out and he said, my job here is to lead this team day in, day out. And then when they asked him about the Chase Claypool thing, he goes, I was ready to rip the speakers out the walls. He goes, we need to practice better. We don't need music. The Steelers need less distractions, and one of the distractions is TikToking and Snapchatting.
They gotta leave that shit.
Keep that. You want to do that in the off season? That's fine. You want to TikTok your little friggin' chameleon BMW? I don't
They're
care.
treating football as a game, not as a fucking job. You know, like any other regular job. Who's been TikTok?
Because look at a guy like Chase Claypool who could probably make more money off TikTok than he will in the NFL. Look at a guy like Juju who, listen, I don't knock Juju for doing it because Juju built this brand based off TikTok and stuff like that and his YouTube channel.
He started and everybody's following what he was doing.
So, but Claypool hasn't been here enough to earn that.
Yeah, exactly.
Juju's been here for a little bit now. He's earned it. And, you know, people, again, you know, you want to, well, he's dancing on the logos and no, there's going to be no market for Juju. Listen, a lot of people think Juju won't be here next year. Listen, this injury hurts his value. This injury wasn't something that was planned. Listen, it happened, and I don't think Pittsburgh lets him walk away, and I don't think he wants to walk away from Pittsburgh.
I don't think so either.
Because could he build his brand somewhere else? Listen, he's not going to build his brand in Green Bay. He's not going to build his brand in Kansas City.
I'll build it in New York.
He's not going to build it. He's not going to build it in Baltimore or Cleveland or Cincinnati. No. If anything, Juju could build his brand in two cities. And that's either in LA
Or New York.
or New York.
And no, we don't
Just-
need receivers off. And good thing is David Gettleman will be. He bet will be. I heard.
And
gone.
you also have to see what
Will be
you
gone.
also have to see what the Jets do, because we discussed this too. If you draft Kenny Pickett at 15, or depending on where the Steelers fall in the draft and where Kenny Pickett falls, everybody's clamoring for him. The way the Jets fans were clamoring for either Lawrence or Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what Zach Wilson's done. He's done nothing.
I don't. Yeah,
Do
don't
I
see the
want that? Do I want to take that chance with Kenny Pickett
You
in
have to.
Pittsburgh?
You have to.
And at this point,
You have no choice.
like I said last night, you have to go to the poker table with pocket twos and bluff everyone else away. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to take that risk. You're gonna have to go all in with pocket twos.
Or just like I was saying last night, like just like say you guys fall in love with a quarterback coming out next year. You guys could trade your first round, trade back for your first round pick. You know, trade back for like just say like give up your second rounder or something like. Wait, what was I saying? Trade back and recoup like you know what I mean, the first rounder for next year. You know what I mean?
You could
So
do
you have
that.
two first rounders.
You could do that, but then
Then
but
go
then
O-line,
here's the issue
quarterback.
with these supposed knowledgeable fans of the Steelers that I don't claim.
You know, Mason Rudolph, you guys have a losing season, get a better draft pick next year, and you guys still have another first rounder. You guys go quarterback, O-line, bam.
Well, that's going to be the issue here, because then you got these Steeler fans that think they know everything. They'll be like, oh, Tomlin's the problem. Oh, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, you don't see the bigger picture. Listen, I'm all for if there's going to be a QB that comes out and they want to do that next year, fine. I'm not signing up for 10 years of what the Saints are going to go through with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston in New Orleans, where it's win 1, lose 3, win 1, lose 4, win 1, lose 5. I'm not doing that shit.
Hey,
I'll tell you right now, I'm 39. I ain't going to make it to 42. I might not even make it to see 41 because I'll have a goddamn heart attack. And if I do, I'm saying it now, don't nobody rush me to the emergency room. Put me in a hefty, dump me in the garbage.
Or you guys just trade up, trade your 15th pick if you guys do land at 15 to like 8 and give up a second rounder next year, and boom, there you go. You guys can get pick 8 if you guys fall. I don't know. You know
Because there's a lot of these kids that are coming out in the quarterback field. But if you look at where the draft, who has what in the top 5, you have to base it on their needs too, and where a lot of these guys are going to fall. And that's why I think it's a bit too early. Listen, it's a discussion that could be had, but it's too early to actually say, well, yeah, the Steelers going to be the 15th pick. Because who knows? Today, it's Steeler-Raven rivalry week, okay? And everybody's writing the Steelers off. And everybody thinks Villanueva is going to have this big game against his former team.
That's cute.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, had a big game all this season, bro.
Ready? Ready, Big Al? There's a guy lined up across from you who I think was the fastest to ever clear COVID protocol in the NFL. And maybe he has some super gene we don't know about.
Yeah, he is a super.
But his name is TJ Watt.
And
I get you were in the military and you didn't fear nothing there. But
you
today,
fear him.
bitch, be afraid. Be afraid, because Villanueva,
you're
you're going to wish you were on this side of the battle and not that side with the ratbirds. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Alright? I'm just saying. Fucking.
No Daniel Jones this week, man.
Hey, listen, you got Jake Fromm. A lot of, you know what?
I'm not mad about that.
I actually
would like to
seen
see him.
something where they said this could be, if the Giants don't pick up the 5th year on Daniel Jones, Fromm just started next year.
No, I don't see that happen. I see them picking it up. Because you can't put everything on. You can't. I've watched every game. It's the fucking O-line. You cannot give a quarterback a second
and
ball.
that's why I've been saying,
the play
listen,
is horrible.
You can't knock them drafting Jones, but you can knock it for where
Yeah, of
they
course,
drafted
the sixth
Daniel
pick,
Jones.
No, you could have got him in
Okay.
the 3rd round, bro.
Does Daniel Jones have the tools to be a decent quarterback? I'm not going to put him in elite status. I'm not going to put him in having a Hall of Fame career.
I'm not either.
But if he can have a decent career, get the Giants to a few playoffs, maybe a Super Bowl before it's over, you kind of have to sign up for it. But look at what you had. Gettleman is an inept GM. You have an offensive tackle in Thomas who can't block wet sand.
Nope, and we got Matt Purdy on the other side.
Okay, and he went out and got Kenny Galladay.
But he wasn't even used.
But then in this past draft, you trade out of the 10 spot when you could have had who's going to be the defensive rookie of the year in Micah Parsons.
Dude, I know, bro. You see what he's doing on the Cowboys, man? Do you see this shit?
You could have had Micah Parsons, and Gettleman goes and gets Kadarius Toney.
Who's injured all week? I mean, all year. He had 200 receiving yard game, I believe. It was one.
Kadarius Toney. Really?
He's quick and
That's
accurate,
great.
but he's fucking injured.
You know what? That's all well and good. The Giants got their version of Pittsburgh's Benny Snell. Ooh, great.
There goes
But
that
you know
first
what? We didn't trade down to get Benny Snell in the first round.
Hey, our second rounder is Easy Lowry. I mean, he's the only one who's promising right now. I see him doing some big things, man.
And we got to discuss this because Antonio Brown.
Keep
You
on fucking himself, man.
stupid piece of shit, you. My God.
What made you think?
I am
he was
so.
gonna lose that?
This is. Listen, I miss him being a Steeler, but I don't miss this aspect of it. They're going to come for his ass federally. I'm telling you they're going to do it. Because the NFL needs to make the example now. I mean, you couldn't do it with Aaron Rodgers, and a lot of people are blasting it. And I'm going to explain why. For you not so bright-minded people out there. Okay, Aaron Rodgers didn't deny not being vaccinated. Aaron Rodgers didn't possess a fake vaccination card, which carries a 3 to 5 year federal jail time, mind you. And most importantly, Aaron Rodgers ain't sitting there acting like a douchebag. Well, yeah, some people think he is, but regardless.
I thought it was funny.
Okay? I mean, I don't need to see your toes on a press conference. And mind you, keep them bitches fucking closed. Keep them feet. But Antonio Brown went out there and he said, yeah, I'm 100% vaccinated, lied to everybody, jammed up other people in this situation now.
Yep.
That now it's leading to who else has a fake vaccination
I
card.
know.
Did the whole league lie about it? Who knows now?
The whole team
This
knows about
whole one thing, because of one person, may open up a can of worms. And you could sit there and say, well, Aaron Rodgers didn't get suspended a game. Well, in essence, him sitting out that week was a suspension. But, need I remind you, the general manager of the Packers, and yes, this is biased, knows people in the NFL offices. That's why Aaron Rodgers got fined $14,000, and a guy like CeeDee Lamb, who got fined $20,000 for an untucked jersey during a game, mind you.
Oh wow, I didn't even hear about that.
$20,000.
I didn't hear about
So
that.
again, this is where the NFL officiating and the people in the NFL offices all have their heads jammed up each other's asses. That literally, if you walk in there, they're all in a human centipede. They're all in a human centipede because they're all up each other's asses because none of them know what to do right. So how is it that a guy who tests positive and then everybody thought he was vaccinated, he wasn't vaccinated, and Aaron Rodgers gets a $14,000 fine? CeeDee Lamb's jersey becomes untucked, and that's a $20,000 fine. That is the dumbest thing on God's green earth.
I've never heard of something like that before, bro.
That is the dumbest. That's almost as bad as the Ravens having 42 people on COVID and let's keep moving the game because they didn't have enough time to practice. And then only fining them like $300,000. When that one situation could have costed the whole season.
Yeah.
But no. What, did John Harbaugh know somebody in the league office too?
He don't know nobody.
Did he?
He don't know.
Did he? Because I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
I mean, it's you know, and then you're watching these games. I mean, the Thanksgiving game, prime example, 28 motherfucking flags.
I know, dude. Let him play the game, bro.
They called offsides on a center for moving his head up. Every center does it.
It's supposed to.
Every center in the league is doing it. It's the signal to let the quarterback know I'm ready to snap the ball. Oh, offsides. Offsides. But what's funny about that game is that had as many views as the 97 NBA Finals with the Bulls Jazz.
The one the Alfie.
Yeah, the push-off game.
Yeah, I'm probably Russell.
The push-off. And now NBA officiating. That's atrocious. I don't blame Taj Gibson. Knicks Bulls. Knicks Bulls. This is the prime example. And everybody who knows me knows I'm a Bulls fan.
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan, yep.
I mean, I'll rock the Brooklyn Nets shit because I happen to like the colors. And Brooklyn's one of my favorite boroughs. But I've always been a Jordan Bulls fan. Okay? Right, MJ?
Those moving picks, bro.
Right, MJ? That's
bullshit.
Right. Put a little MJ up there. Let him get a little shine. Not like he hasn't had it for 40 years. Taj Gibson literally does nothing. He gets ran into. They both collide. And they call him a foul on Taj Gibson.
Moving picks twice.
And all he did was this to the official. He said, look.
He got teed and he got...
And that official was 12 years old. He premature ejaculated, throwing him out. Even, what was it? It was freaking Walt Clyde Frazier, and I think it was Mike Breen calling the game for on MSG, right?
Yeah.
Even they said it. They said that was a quick toss out. And Taj Gibson, who I've seen play forever, has been the most calm, cool, collected
he's
guy
not
on the
that type of
court.
person.
Julius Randle.
Even Tom Thibodeau was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what's going on?"
Julius Randle's even questioned the officiating. But then you know what happens when you do that in any league? Oh, here comes the penalty. Here comes the fine.
Exactly.
And everybody says it. And I've said it. If players have to be held accountable for bashing the officiating, then when does the officiating get held
And
accountable
no
for
sport they
horrible
do.
officiating? That the fact that the NBA officiating committee admitted in that game that they blew two of the calls that would have went in the Knicks' favor. How is it after the game it's admitted? How is it after the fact it's admitted? And how are these officials not fined, suspended, getting a frigging the chocolate stick 3000 rammed up their ass?
Well, part of the way the organization is like, oh, they can't get every call right. I don't want to.
We're not expecting. Listen, because somebody asked me why do I think officiating needs to be perfect.
Because
I'm not saying it needs
that
to be
decides
perfect,
the game half the time.
but let's take the NFL and because this is where the biggest issue lies in the NFL, and it's offensive, defensive, pass interferences.
Yes.
If you're hand checking and you throw a flag for that,
If you're hand checking back and forth, no,
that-
you shouldn't.
no, even if they're doing it back and forth, and you throw a flag for
It's
it,
got to be on both of them then, if anything.
okay. All I ask for is be consistent. Don't sit there in the first quarter and not call something, and then in the fourth quarter with 35 seconds left and the game's tied up, all of a sudden now, hey, let's throw the flag here
On
and
an
now.
overthrow too, on top of it.
Like come on. Come on. Really? Be consistent. Be consistent. If you're going to call a holding on Aaron Donald, okay, as a prime example, and he barely held him, then you expect that flag to be thrown every time then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what is the NFL doing in the offseason to even fix it? Or is Goodell just sitting there like oh wait, hold on, I can't get fired for this, right? Because I'm not John Gruden. Or should I put this in an email and this gets leaked
No,
10
you can
years
say it
later?
as loud as you want.
Okay? Roger Goodell is a pussy. Okay?
Let me spell it.
And
P-U-S-S-Y.
speaking of Gruden, because this came out the other day, Brett Musburger, the legendary voice of the Raiders radio, said that Gruden's career ended because of a paid assassin.
That got me.
Now,
that got us thinking.
here's the thing.
Got me thinking.
This email wasn't just between Gruden and one person. This email was
multiple.
between Gruden and multiple people. One of them being the douche of the Washington we can't name ourselves football team. Okay, well, I'm going to say the Redskins. Ooh. Okay. All right.
Cleveland Guardians.
I mean, if ESPN can make the mistake, so can I. All right. Dan Snyder was involved in the emails. And then look what happened in the Washington side of it. They wanted all their emails opened up, and all of a sudden it's like, no, hold on, where's the broom? Lift the rug.
Well, yeah. Now.
Well, guess what?
You said
that needs to be addressed.
RG3 is gonna come out with a book. You said yet, or something like that, right?
RG3 is writing, or has already finished writing a book that is going to, in essence, decimate that franchise. It's airing everything out to what we've already known. But why is it going to take an RG3 book to prove it? Why couldn't it just be based on the voices of the women cheerleaders saying it?
Because.
Why? Why? Because they're women. We can't believe what they say.
Exactly. I don't know why it's like that, but that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what.
And that goes to show you that Goodell is not a true judge, jury, executioner
of
the rules in the NFL.
He executed himself.
And Goodell needs to take himself into accountability and remove himself from the situation the way Gruden.
10 years later, I don't know why she come out 10 years later anyways.
The way Gruden, well, not by choice, but he forced himself to resign.
Yep.
He could have stayed on as the Raider coach. But why 10 years later? And who? Because if you think about this, in the past 10 to 11 years, he was pretty much out of coaching until recently.
Yeah.
He got all his big money from ESPN. So why not hurt him then?
I know.
Why now? Why? Because all of a sudden, the Oakland Raiders become the Vegas Raiders. All of a sudden, the Vegas Raiders are having a decent year. Here we go. Let's go fuck it up.
I know.
I mean, it's already bad enough. You had the cornerback of the Raiders posting videos of him with submachine Uzis threatening to kill
And you
people.
got Henry Ruggs
And then you
killing
got
people.
Henry Ruggs out there drinking in a Vegas night game and then doing 175 miles an hour in a Corvette, killing somebody.
Yeah,
Okay, and then I'm getting
poor
asked,
kid.
why don't I make a joke of that? Because that's not a
It's
joking
not a fucking
situation.
joke. I know.
It's not a joking situation.
The poor kid's life's over, bro.
I mean,
Fucked up.
Look at those 3 incidents though. The Ruggs one obviously being the worst. The other one being the Gruden one being the least.
Yeah,
of
I know.
it. And okay, I'll take into account he made homophobic slurs. All right, and listen, if you're a gay person, don't take offense to what I'm saying. I'm just merely quoting what was in it. Called him a faggot pussy. Okay. Do I think could he have chosen a different term? Yeah, you could have, but you didn't. You said what you said. It's out there, and.
But what I'm saying is 10 years ago.
And, yeah, he used racial slurs in it too. Let's not undermine this. Let's call it what it is. He used some racial slurs in there too. That he shouldn't have used. But you know what? To sit there and make this, it's almost if he killed somebody. Did he? No. He admitted he was wrong for what he said in it, and it should have been left at that.
It should have been, honestly.
A hefty fine.
If it
take
just
some
happened-
sensitivity training classes. Call it a goddamn
If
day.
it just happened, I'd be like, all right, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But it was 10 years ago.
Exactly. 10 years ago, and now we're making it.
An issue. Why didn't they make it an issue 10 years ago when the email first came out?
Well, because the email wasn't leaked till recently. And then
Why
even,
leak
and,
it
even,
now?
and,
That's
then,
what I'm
and then
saying.
they even have to look at the issues they have within the NFL with ex-players. Like, look at Zach Stacy as the prime example. Everybody's seen the video.
What?
The Zach Stacy beats up his girlfriend.
Oh,
video.
yeah. Yep.
That is the most
The one where he beat the
atrocious.
shit out of her?
The most.
That one?
He went full WWE on her.
I know, dude. I
And
seen
listen, I don't condone it. I watched this video not because I wanted to watch it 105 times.
I just want to see how pathetic he actually
But-
was doing that. Like, it's fucking pathetic, bro.
You have to give this. I forget what her name is, but you have to give her credit.
Because she could take a beating.
Well, yeah, she takes a beating, but she was smart enough to set cameras up
I
to
know.
finally catch it.
Yep.
Because nobody was believing a word she said.
Because she was a female. It's the same exact prime example of the Washington
And,
thing, bro.
and the NFL has another
See?
issue. Look at Everson Griffin of the Vikings.
Uh-huh.
He finally admitted he has bipolar disorder.
Yeah, and he's not afraid of it. You know what I mean? He's been battling through it. You know?
Listen, we get football's a violent game. We get they take brutal hits. But you got to start thinking of their mental health in this too.
I think he said ever since his father died, I think it was, he went spiral.
And in speaking of, people having relatives die, and we'll end it with this because football pregame shows are on and I got to get ready for football. Come on.
You know how it is.
So, for everybody who's a Steeler fan sitting there asking, when is Stephon Tuitt coming back? He owes us an answer. Stephon Tuitt don't owe you a goddamn thing. Okay? His brother was murdered. Let the man grieve.
Are you fucking
Let
kidding
him grieve as long as he wants to. I don't care if he never touches the football field again.
He has every right not to.
I do not care. It has no bearing on my life. Okay? Yes, are we diehard loyal Steeler fans that want to win all the time? Yes. But when a Steeler player or any person in general has a
Exactly.
family member that dies, let them grieve as long as they want to fucking grieve, for Christ's sake.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Come on. Come on. I gotta see these guys. Oh, Tuitt owes us an answer. Tuitt owes us an answer. Tuitt needs to come out on the forefront and speak. Tuitt needs to get over it. It was a year ago. Listen. There's still some debts in my family I've never gotten over.
Word.
I mean, I'm not sitting in the corner blubbering about it, and neither is he, but he's handling it his way, and I handle my grief my way. Okay? And again, he does not owe you a motherfucking thing. He does not owe you anything. He does not. The only people he needs to answer to are the ones that employ him. And that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I can guarantee
They
you
don't
with
ask him
every,
no questions.
with every last dollar to my name, which is very minimal, but still, they're pretty much out there.
Taking
the
as much time as you want.
Rooneys and Tomlin are sitting there saying, when you're ready, you come back.
Your spot is held.
Don't worry about it. Is he missed on the defensive line?
Of course.
Yes, he is, but there's just some things that outweigh football.
You damn right. That's
something-
family, bro. Come
And
on.
that's something some of you need to realize, man. Some of you need to realize it. Oh, there is one other thing.
Let me hear this shit.
LeBron James is unhappy with the way they handled the COVID testing. because it was ruled that he was going to miss 10 days. Then all of a sudden he had a false negative test in Sacramento, and then he was negative the rest of the time, so he was able to play against the Clippers. But I think he didn't play against the Clippers. What, probably for load management? Who the hell knows?
Well, don't wait. 12 and 12
but again,
suck anyway.
But again, in every sport, you guys agree to these COVID protocols. So don't agree and then come out and bitch.
Hell, halfway through the season and cry about it.
Okay? And for everybody, again, if you've seen the Piston-Laker game, the one with Isaiah Stewart, LeBron, where it almost led to everybody started dubbing it the Malice in the Palace 2. Listen.
The Malice in the Palace, what was that, Ronald Test?
Yeah. There's only one Malice in the Palace, and nothing will ever trump that one, because you're never going to see LeBron go up in the stands and beat the shit out of somebody with Steven Jackson.
Yo,
no, you ain't going to see. Listen, that's the last time you'll ever see any NBA player in this league go full gangsta hood on a motherfucker in the crowd, okay? All right. But even that leads to... Listen, LeBron came out, he said, listen, I didn't do it intentionally, blah, 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 whatever. Isaiah Stewart took it a different way. Isaiah Stewart was like that guy trying to get at you, like as if he was going for that last...
Oh, the elbow you're talking about, right? Yup,
he kept going. And in Detroit, the locker rooms are connected. You're sending both these guys to the locker rooms.
No, the one dude went down the locker room, we thought he was going to go all the way back around, bro, come out the other way.
And like LeBron was asking for his number to call him, to apologize even. Listen, all well and good, but... Again, the point here is you take that situation, and then there was the incident in Indiana where these two fans were sitting courtside. You go to a game, act accordingly, right? I said it the other day, so I'm going to say it again. They made some... I don't defend LeBron, but I defend him for doing this. He was the bigger man in this situation. He went to the ref and he said, listen, you got to kick these guys out, blah, 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 blah. They said this, that, and the fourth. Security came. All right, you're booted. But even in the Malice in the Palace situation, even if you're sitting in a nosebleed, don't act like a Joe Jerkoff.
I know, there's no point.
Don't do it. Because for those who don't remember how the Malice in the Palace starts, it starts with Artest laid out on the scorer's table, and then somebody threw a soda cup
or a beer or something.
A soda cup at him.
Why?
That's what led to it. It wasn't anything less than that.
I know. Some people can't hold their liquor.
Okay? Look at the kid in Boston who threw an empty Aquafina bottle at, I think it was at Kyrie Irving. Mm-hmm. You can never go to another Celtic game again. You're an asshole. I go to a game, I act accordingly.
The Trae Young incident last year. That kid, he's not ever going to that game again. Ever.
And it's not even in the NBA. WWE had post-Survivor Series at the Barclays Center. That Survivor Series at the Barclays Center, that Monday Night Raw at the Barclays Center. So Seth Rollins wins his match against Finn Balor, right? Mm-hmm. He's walking up the ramp to go to the back and go kiss his wife and his kid. And this guy decides to come through the barricade and tackle the shit out of Seth Rollins.
Wait, a random dude?
Random guy! And then he's acting like he works for WWE.
Well, that's gangster to me,
This kid, you know what he tweets out after he gets released on bail? He says, I did it for Roman Reigns and the bloodline. Like he acts like he's part of the storyline.
Yeah, he's got mental issues.
He's acting like Vince McMahon paid him to go out there and blindside tackle this fuck. And that's another one Andrew Thomas probably couldn't block either.
Yo, that was clever. I like that.
I'm watching this. All of a sudden you see Seth Rollins walk up the ramp. Next thing you know, the camera guys are freaking going all over the place. It was like they were filming a porno. It's like all over the place. And next thing you know, there's Seth Rollins sitting there, and he's just screaming at the guy, yeah, get up, you fat son of a bitch, blah, 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 blah. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. Next thing you know how you find out what really went on? People posting it all over TikTok.
That's crazy.
Because that's in the society we live in now.
TikTok, dude, I know.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Find something, find on TikTok.
Oh my God, something's going to happen. Let me get my phone out. Grow the fuck up. I'm so glad I grew up in the era I grew up in. When you fought somebody, it wasn't recorded. Nobody spoke of it.
Exactly.
You did some illegal activities. It wasn't recorded. Nobody said anything.
Rules are made to be broken, bro.
You're telling me, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
But, my God. Gotta get ready for these Sunday games as they start in 5 minutes. So
5 mofo minutes, babies.
So, let's go Steelers.
Let's go Giants. Actually, no. I want to lose you. I want a better draft pick. Fuck it. I'm not even in the front. I'll keep it real.
What?
Keep it real.
Till the next one, stay safe, mask up, and as always, peace.